Here's where we're at. Nice to meet you. We're going back from April 2023.
Okay.
Okay?
So starting in April 2023 is when we're starting, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So through April of 24.
Uh-huh. We got what?
Okay, here's what I come up with. In dollar amounts, I did it two ways. In the dollar amounts for 16 months, okay?
That's the total.
With all the charges other than the gas that was charged in the Shell station in Del Rey. So it's 68, 61, 42, plus 20, 59, 30, which is a total of, way to go. 89, 20, 72.
So you're saying that $8,920.72 was defrauded from you guys, from the community, the
From the
HOA,
community itself.
from the HOA.
From the credit card that we use for purchases for supplies.
Do you guys have one credit card or multiple credit cards? So there's one P card that you guys use for purchasing anything that has related to do with the HOA.
And it's Anthony's name on it.
And I had to guarantee it personally. You know how they do that.
Your
So
name's
it's
on it?
my name plus High Point West Section 2. I just want to show them one without getting it out of sequence.
Okay. And to your knowledge, these charges don't pertain
Here's
to
what would happen.
normal-
When it hit COVID, mail was a little screwed up. I was asking for the bank statement, you couldn't get it, the mail was messed up, okay, I went along with it. But like over here, here's a perfect example. Here's the bank statement,
Yeah.
here's all the charges.
Okay.
When I asked her for the bank statement, she gave me this. To me, this is cut and pasted, because if you check everything out on here, according to everything on this statement, there's things missing on here that are on here. So we had to go back and get these statements.
Who printed this out?
Nikki.
Our administrative assistant that is no longer working for us, and her son, who was a maintenance man. There was a mother and son that worked here. He worked here for 5 years. She was just on her 4th year.
Okay, so you believe this lady, Nikki, was making or purchasing things with this P card that didn't pertain to HOA?
Personal stuff.
Exactly.
For personal things.
She was living on our credit card property.
Show me some charges. What do you got? So I see gas. Is there any other charges that seem odd that don't pertain to HOA?
Oh, yeah.
The Allstate is a big one that we couldn't find out because we needed a policy number.
Well, here, like this here, they live in Hypoluxo, okay? There's no need to go to Winn-Dixie in Lantana, $238.42.
Oh, wow, look at that. Okay.
I mean, I've done stuff like that.
Walgreens, we never buy anything in Walgreens here.
See, because we gas up, this way he understands why I did the gas. Orion Fuel, okay, which is right over
around the
here.
corner, yeah.
That's where we drive our golf cart there
Okay.
to get gas and fill up our gas cans.
So that would be a normal
That's a
purchase.
normal, exactly. Everything else with this Shell is abnormal, but I did allow the kid Tommy to get a little bit of gas because he'd go to Home Depot to pick up supplies
Right.
or up to Windmill. But when I looked at this, just for argument's sake, 7-Eleven, $54, 720, $49, 727, $48.
Okay.
I don't use that much gas in my truck in a month.
Right. Now, is everything in these, what do you call it, every charge that you find suspicious, are they highlighted? Because what I'm going to do, it's a lot of paperwork, but I'm going to take photos of it all, and someone else will follow up on the case and see what's going on. So what I want to do is I want to make sure they have all the information necessary of saying, okay, I want to tell them, hey, everything that's highlighted, suspicious charge, so they know where to go.
Between the highlighted and then the check box is going to be that Shell, which would be my second one with the gas.
Okay, so anything checked and
Anything
highlighted.
Shell, yeah, anything checked and highlighted is part of this, exactly.
Okay, what about these red check marks? No?
Lantana, yeah.
Okay,
Check, see?
okay, any red, black, what about this?
Any kind of check box. This is Rush the card. I had to go through 2 cards. This is my 3rd card.
Okay.
The first one, I don't know, they said they lost it.
No, the first one, excuse me, was we had an Allstate charge.
Right. And I'm
We had an
gonna find
Allstate
that
charge back in August. We don't use Allstate insurance. And he questioned it. She said, I don't know. That was what she said this time too. And he canceled that card.
Allstate.
Okay. Is that
So
what
then we had another card, and the son supposedly lost it. So this is our third card we were on now that got compromised. Three
Okay.
different numbers.
Okay, and all those are highlighted, right?
Yes.
Okay, and they're reflected, because I know it's a lot of paperwork, I just want to make sure everything's correct when I hand this, when I take photos and it's
That was in
reflected.
February, if you could bring that up.
Allstate
Because
February?
when we called the number on Allstate, they said we needed a policy number.
Right.
So we couldn't get it, we didn't know whose name it was.
Allstate.
She stated she doesn't have Allstate insurance. She said she has General.
Well, I can find that out right now.
General is a part of Allstate. It's a subsidiary.
Oh, is it?
So they might bill it as Allstate even though.
Yeah, but I don't see the what you're
Allstate.
Okay.
And that was a $1,300 charge
That's the one I
in
wanted to see.
February.
All right. Do we have the names of, like, information, stuff like that, whatever information you have on Nikki? Like first, last name, date of birth?
Yes, I don't have the date of birth, I have her social.
Yeah, her
I know it's
social.
August 18th.
Which month is that?
And I think she's gonna be 53, so I'm 53.
That's all right, the social will help me find
Yeah,
her.
because she turned 50 the year she came to work with her. That was her big 50.
What's her full name?
Okay, it's Nicolene, Nicole.
No, I don't see that job. I just wanted to keep this in order.
Yeah, go for it.
105.
Yep.
Half Moon, one word, Circle. Hypoluxo, Florida, 33462. And her son Thomas also lives with her. They live together.
Do you have his info?
I can give you his name, but I don't have his social. But we could get it if you need it.
Nah, I can.
I know, you got all the connections. So, her son is Thomas. Well, if you need her middle name is Marie.
No, actually, can I get her social? Is that her social?
Yeah. That's thinking of it.
Where's this Allstate charge?
And is Thomas the same last name?
Yes.
And that's
I'm just interested in the 1300.
SCHEREZER.
Where is that?
February of this year.
Just try to keep them in order for it.
And so her last name is spelled SCHER.
SCHERZER.
Okay, so SCHEREZER or no E?
Z. Sure. SCHERZER.
Ah, okay, yeah. I spelled it right the first time and then incorrectly the second time. Okay, cool. Okay. Yeah, sure.
I want to just show you that Allstate thing, so.
Here it is.
Is that the 1300?
This is the new one, yeah.
This is the latest, so this was April of 2024. And I can't get
No, the charge is February
Yeah,
28th.
but on the April statement is what I'm getting at.
Oh, actually, no, it's due on April, but
Right.
it's
That's right. It was
the
not
March
February charge.
1361.
And when we called the number with that, Tony couldn't get any information from Allstate who paid, what was before without a policy number.
Okay, so it was transacted on 2/28.
She supposedly collected all receipts for everything that was charged, and she put them in an envelope. I matched all the receipts that we had for January, February, March against the statements, and I wrote those notes about missing.
Can someone read me that reference number for the Allstate? Just start with, so I got 554.
554-328-6-EB-5-VH-5A3.
What was
583.
Okay, KH583? Cool, okay. So I'm gonna, since,
You want copies, you can make your copies.
Yeah.
You don't want to take pictures, whatever you want.
Okay, so actually that might be a little better. So for me, for taking photos, I would go one by one and snap a photo. What I can do is I can send a community request through my our new system that we have with PBSO, and you can, if you have copies of this already, or if you have like a maybe you can make a copy and then have it on the computer.
These are our copies right now.
You can make a file, like scan it to a file, and then put it on a computer, and then you can drop it right into my little our little system, and it's like that. So it should be quick. Okay. Before that, so what I want to do is, obviously these people, if Home Depot, you got Publix, USPS, all these people have surveillance camera footage. When was the most recent charge that looks suspicious? Can I see that one?
It would be the Shell gas station, and they have surveillance in there.
They do, though. Those Shells, the surveillance camera footage, to be honest, they kind of suck. And and I'm dealing with retention period. Now, a Publix has great.
So
Publix is super
This
good.
was
Yeah.
another one, State
Yeah, that
Farm
was State
Insurance.
Farm was the other one.
Okay, I'll take that one too. Yeah, I'll take, because
This is
these.
the newest statement that we have.
Okay, yeah, because any of the newer ones will probably be, if they're surveillance camera footage, the retention period. When I mean retention, I mean that after so many weeks, their surveillance camera footage backup will be deleted.
We have our
That's the
surveillance
point.
too,
Oh, there
and
you
I
go,
want
yeah.
you to know,
This is
I went on it the other day, because we have her final paychecks.
Yeah.
She won't come and get them, and I told her she has a key to our clubhouse, which they're not duplicated key.
Yeah.
And I have it on video that she opened, because we left it locked on purpose to see if she had a key.
Oh.
And I videotaped it from there.
She collect her check without.
No, she hasn't collected it,
Oh, okay.
and she hasn't.
Now,
She tried calling the labor department.
She's a
but-
1099 employee.
But part of this now, Publix, because when we have some type of a meeting or something,
Right.
pick up cookies or something, so some of it's okay, which we thought we left out.
How about Walgreens? Do they have a good surveillance?
They do.
Let's do the
Yeah.
Walgreens
Yeah.
one, $300
Well, this is the
something.
newest statement that we have.
The Walgreens was over $300, which we
Right.
never do anything in
Well,
Walgreens.
these were other ones, the commercial launches,
Yes,
that's
well,
cash that
that's
she
different.
You leave where you
collected.
can get a video surveillance.
See if we got it.
So we got the Publix. So are you guys sure that was anything happening on this Publix here?
If you go to Publix Boynton Beach, well, Lantana, definitely them.
That's weird.
Yeah.
That's a weird suspicious charge, correct?
Except for
Okay.
maybe if you see like a $30 charge, because she'd call and say, oh, we got a meeting on Thursday, I'm gonna pick up the cookies, okay, 35, 40 bucks for cookies and coffees, but not 200 and something dollars.
This transfer balance over
Walgreens
here.
would have a good one, and especially
We
with
can find Walgreens.
What they do is they transfer your balance onto the new card.
Okay. So is that normal?
That, this one, well, every time we get a new card, they transfer the
Yeah.
balance
Okay,
onto the new
gotcha.
number.
Okay, this is all good.
which we never ever have a $9,000 bill ever here in 1 month.
Right.
Because we just don't buy that much stuff. Whatever we order on Amazon or go to Home Depot,
Here's another State Farm. You know, gotta check.
Yeah. Any State Farm, just
What-
put it off to the side, and I'm gonna write those down too.
I want to find that Walgreens one, right?
This is March of 2024.
Sure it's not on this one. Okay.
That's right, so I don't wanna,
This one,
That's it up.
I wanna give him the other, when he's ready, I'll give him the other State Farm number.
Now I'm gonna take a few of these. Obviously, I'm gonna get the most recent one, Publix one, and then I'm gonna get that State Farm one, and then that should be good. So it gives the next people who take this over something to start on, because they're gonna have to sift through a lot of other stuff
March
too.
4th.
Deputy, how does
Yeah.
that work that, do we have to, I mean, if we have enough proof, we want to press charges?
Yeah, it's fine. You tell me that, and then
And I mean,
Check on the
do
check.
they get arrested or do they have to go to an indictment and a warrant?
okay. So it's now. Do these people have permission to use this
Yes.
P card? They do.
Not to this extent.
Okay.
We had,
But they have
I mean,
permission
she
to-
was an office administrator.
Right.
We had given her a responsibility that if she had to order something, or if Tommy had to go to Home Depot and pick up doors, or we were replacing, or whatever it was, that was the only permission.
Right. So with that, I mean,
No, this. You're not
it really depends. I mean, seeing that, I mean, that's probably going to maybe throw a small wrench into it. But if they're not using it for, like, obviously this is not meant for personal use. This is not meant, like when I had a P card with PBSO, when I was a civilian employee, I couldn't use that to go buy myself like cool stuff on Amazon.
Yeah,
He doesn't
all
even
day,
use it.
there's
And that's in his name. He
Yeah,
doesn't
so,
even use it. It's
exactly.
It's for our association purchases only.
I mean, with that being said, I could see it being, you know,
It's
you weren't
fraud.
allowed, yeah, that you weren't allowed to use it. I could see it being fraud, but I mean, the fact that the person kind of had, you know,
A little bit of control.
a little bit control and being obviously like being allowed to use it is going to be a factor. But this is me talking like like all the way in the beginning, like all the way in the future, if this does happen to go to court, or if whenever the next people that take over this, that when they start deciding what they want to file charges on. Now again, I don't know. I'm just here just to take the report, of course. So I can't really say otherwise. But what I can do is I can gather the best information I can and provide it to the people that would follow up on it, and then they'll be able to
And
figure
it's
it out.
3 different card numbers too, 3 different separate card numbers.
Yeah.
Honestly, that we had to keep,
Right.
you know,
Keep getting a new card for it
Correct.
because you
So
assumed,
it's
yeah.
not even just one
Yeah.
card.
Yeah, I got you.
That you could think somebody might have got compromised it, you know, when they have those card readers.
Right.
It couldn't happen. That's
Exactly.
what the cards anyway.
Scan it to them.
Yeah, didn't you say you wanted them scanned to you?
Yeah, so what you guys can do right now, I'm gonna go grab my phone, but what you guys can do right now is scan the documents. Honestly, are some of these the receipts that are part of the suspicious charge?
No,
No,
those are the legit.
These are all legit.
Yeah, I would imagine they wouldn't bring the,
Actually, there is some suspicious in here.
Are there?
There's 2, on a Home Depot, there were 2 gift cards I bought. One was for
You're right, Joe, you're right.
There was a $100 MasterCard
It'll
gift
be-
card, there was a $50 Chipotle, there was a $50 Taco Bell.
Alright, so those ones, it's gonna be a lot. This is probably gonna take a hot minute.
Yeah.
And any of the receipts that are part of a suspicious charge that you guys highlighted or checked, scan those. Any receipts that you say, okay, this was part of a normal charge, I don't need those because that doesn't pertain.
Right,
But
right.
yeah, any receipt, because I would imagine if I were to be defrauding a company, I wouldn't bring a receipt back. So there probably isn't many receipts like that. But scan them anyways if they're part of one of these suspicious
Well,
charges.
those Home
I'm gonna let me go get. Well, I can probably wait on that.
And I've got all of it.
Let me see. I got
The
this.
one
I still got
biggest thing-
January, February.
The one biggest thing, we want to have a you know, we don't want her on the property. Can I do a no trespass order, or do I have to go for a restraining? Because she visits residents in here, she takes them to the doctors. She will use these people, she's got a problem, and she will rob from these people too.
Now,
Just buy a copy and then scan the whole
and
thing.
these
I know
people,
I've done a no trespass order when I worked security at Bethesda Hospital. If we had vagrants there, well, I would sign something, it wasn't a restraining, but it was a no trespass, it
Yeah.
lasted for a year.
now I would have to be there. I'd have to witness the trespassing, and then I would have to have someone like you guys there saying I don't want the trespass. But
No, you got
so the problem with trespassing someone who has, we'll say, a legitimate reason to be in the community, as for like a residence or something like that, it's kind of hard for me
She
to.
doesn't live here.
Right, I hear you. I mean, she's coming to see, and these residents, they don't rent. These people own these homes,
She
right?
takes one person who has some disabilities, and she's a little flighty, because we think Nikki might have a little bit of a drug problem to begin with. She went to residents asking them for pain pills. She's asked me for pain pills because she was sickly or whatever. So I'm afraid she goes into somebody's unit and helps them. She's gonna put her hand in their pocketbook. She's gonna steal their drugs, and I don't want her on this property.
Well,
I know
I'll
she-
tell you what, if she comes back, you still have to give her her check though, right? She still has
She
a
has
check
to give
here.
us that security key for this, that's our clubhouse key, and our pool key.
When, next time you see her, give us a call. Whether that's her dropping off her key and then or what it might be, I would probably change the locks. Because that doesn't mean anyone can go make
That's 328 unit owners that has this key for our clubhouse. This is our clubhouse and pool key.
Well, shoot.
Yeah, it's ours, and you can't
So-
duplicate the keys. She has
You
the key.
can't, or you're told not
You
to?
can't.
No, you can't.
You can't duplicate
Our
this
locksmith makes the key for us.
Yeah, it's not a non.
key? So she can't go to Home Depot and get a key remade, a key cut? Okay, great.
It's like a medical key, a medical, where you can't make copies.
Okay, well, when she comes back, just give us a call. If she comes back, give us a call.
911, right?
You could, no, you could, because this is more than a non-emergency. This is more than an emergency, or more than a non-emergency. Just call us and say, hey, we got this, what do you call it? We want to trespass them, we're done transacting business, she's coming to pick up her, I'm saying if she does it, she's come to pick up her last check that she is owed, because technically she's technically worked it, right? We're here to give her a check. She's coming in X amount of minutes, or she's here. We want law enforcement to come by so we could seek possibly a trespass. And then you can go from
And
there,
get the
okay?
key from her back, because I have it on video that she opened the door, has the key.
Yeah, you guys
And she
can,
lied to us saying she didn't have the key, and we knew she had a key, because, all the we had 3 employees working for us. The gentleman you just saw leave,
Mm-hmm.
Nicolene and her son, and we had to give them keys to the clubhouse, but, you have to be able to get.
do you guys, way back when, say, a new person comes on, do they check out a key?
What?
Like, is there like a paper where you check out a key? Okay, I find that, this is just me talking, I would find that paper and say, yes, you checked this key out on 4 years ago, it's kind of a while ago, 4 years ago.
We have that on
Yeah.
paperwork, but.
Well,
It should be.
maybe for the future,
Yeah.
maybe have an Excel sheet and just say every key. I'm assuming every key has a code on it. Maybe like a
Not
different.
really.
Okay, well, you could probably etch one into them.
Yeah.
So you could have them just in case this happens again. You could say no.
Stamp them.
Yeah, that Anthony has key number 1. Anthony unfortunately steals some money and gets fired himself too. He's got to give that key back. Yeah, etching key number 1. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they took that away here, the oldies.
Oh,
Do you want that, State Farm?
Yeah, go ahead with it. When's the transaction date?
Transaction 11/25.
Okay.
23? 20 year? 23?
24, January of 24.
Oh, January.
This is the old, this is the first one.
What's the price that was?
The price is $176.77,
Okay.
and the number would be 5270 A9L 4 Q ZY
I hate when that happens. Get the golf club, that's the only way you're gonna get it.
golf club. Hey, that's
Get
my
the golf club.
Is the card still in her
Get the golf
possession?
club.
No, I got
Have the card? Can I have it? Or just to look at it? I can at least take a picture of that.
I lost a bunch of paperwork the other day behind the head of the golf club.
I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna grab my phone real quick, my other phone, my work phone.
You got both
You pulled it off.
Here, we're gonna give this 3 cards. Where's that 51?
5185,
5185 was one.
5037,
5037.
And then the new one.
Which you just took a picture of.
Not yet. I haven't taken one yet. Not yet.
5029.
Oh, the
Oh,
one?
5185 is the new one.
Okay.
That's
So
okay.
5029 was before.
That was 5029.
That was before the 5029.
Okay, so canceled one, lost one.
What's the statement that says you pulled it off?
That he found it or whatever.
January 26th, charges on it.
January 4th of 2024. That's that, and this goes with it. This is what you gave me.
$8,000 is grand larceny, 3rd-degree felony, correct?
There would be a few other charges. But that, yes, theft. Yeah, there's other charges like when that involves fraud and stuff like that. So I don't know if it's going to be exactly that.
Okay.
But I'm sure if charges were, because I'm not I'm not charging anyone, obviously, right now.
I know, I
Doing
understand.
An initial
It's-
investigation.
Right.
Though, from looking at what it is, if charges were made with, if really it's $8,000, if all $8,000 were found to be fraudulent, yeah, it would be probably somewhere around a felony, yeah.
Yeah.
But again, that's not, I don't know if it's gonna be a theft charge. I mean, there's many fraud, charges that are also felonies that could very well pertain to this. I just,
Gotcha.
I can't say for certain.
Well, how much do you need as a dollar amount for a felony charge, grand theft?
I think it's over
The Home Depot stuff.
over 100 or 300. I don't know which it is. Yeah, when it comes to fraud, yeah, it's the threshold's much lower than
Right.
theft charges or
Right.
a normal theft
Correct.
statute. So, and while you guys are doing that, Anthony, since you were the card holder, I'm going to put you as the main victim.
Okay.
You look like a victim to me.
But let me finish putting this in here real quick, and then we'll talk. I'm going to write your name and stuff like that on here too. What was the other thing you wanted? Oh, I'll wait till that's to the end, because we got a lot of stuff here.
Which doesn't include all the.
You don't have the other any information of the other cards, do you?
Information we got as far as just the bank statements.
Okay, I'll
So that's
get the
all-
account
that's
number.
why I
yeah.
said
The
there
account will show that.
This was our first one. This is the one we had to cancel with the first Allstate charge. Then we got this one here that supposedly he lost. And then this is the newest one that you're taking.
And this one's active, correct? This is
Yeah,
the active one?
exactly,
Okay.
right now.
This is a credit card, right? Not a debit, okay, just want to make sure.
No, I mean, we know this is their copy.
Okay. Okay, what's a good email that I can send this request to that will be able to copy all those scanned documents?
Send it to the office.
West2@Comcast.net.
Does everyone have access to this email?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna put you down, Anthony, as the community member who provided this to me. Anthony, what's your last name? And your date of birth.
1953.
You said June 8th? Okay.
They don't lie about my age no more. I told them all I was only 60.
You said 52?
No, 53 the year.
Oh, the year was 53?
Yeah.
Oh, so you're making a lot.
Now the year is 53.
I got more than 40, 47. Oh.
I'm not saying.
Okay, you guys should be receiving an email shortly from Axon as a community request, which will be where you'll be dropping the files once they're scanned to the computer right into there, and it should be a lot easier that way instead of me going one by one.
You know what, I might have to do it through the Google account because this one's not gonna carry this whole,
I mean, it's a math, 70.
yeah.
Well, either way, as long as we get it to them, whichever. One's got a staple in there still, Joe. I didn't get to take it out.
Anthony, the HPDW, what's that?
That stands for High Point West.
Oh, okay. Is that part of the name, or is
Yeah, that's,
the-
in other words, it's the card's the company card, but it had to be personally guaranteed, so as the president, I guaranteed it.
They're a non-profit, you know,
Oh.
they're an association.
Okay, no, I just, if someone calls, what is this, MasterCard? If someone calls MasterCard, they'll be able to figure out who it is, just so they, or be able to identify what card this is and stuff, because this is going to be a more extensive investigation, I'm sure. I guess we can start on this here. So this is just a victim's rights and case information form. I need to fill a lot of it out, though, so bear with me.
You need coffee, water?
No, I'm good. Actually, so if I can talk to y'all, I'm glad y'all are here because I got a request for you guys. So
You're moving in?
yeah,
You're not 55.
I'm gonna try to move in here. So for us, and this is ever since I've been a deputy and stuff like that here on night shift and on day shift now. Response times are, I think, on average, when anyone's coming out here, especially if they're out west, which is where we work, because everything east of here is, what is it?
Delray Beach.
Delray Beach
Yeah.
PDs. So we're always usually coming out from the west. So when we come out from the west,
Sims Road.
yes,
Gate.
yes. Is there any way that I can facilitate anything with our captain and lieutenant over there to where maybe we can get possibly access to the gate?
You have to get out of the car and you have to use
That box, that the fire department has the box.
No, we don't have access. The fire
You don't
department has
have
it.
that?
No,
You don't have
because that's the fire department. I forgot the name of that box. It's like a Knox box, I think is what it's called. We don't have
I
it.
thought there was a manual button on that box and you could ask Alberto. All those, I was security for 28 years and every gate we had, there was
Well, we'll see. If there's not one, then we can always give them a clipper.
one copper.
It would be,
No, you can't do that.
Do you guys have, instead of clickers are obviously going to be more expensive and a lot
You
more.
don't have the things.
You don't have.
No, they used to.
You do? Is there any way you guys could even, so there's been many times where I've come out here and responded to like what we call a Signal 73, which is it's called man down sick person, but it's usually an elderly person having a heart attack. And you know how painstaking and annoying it is to know that I can't get to them fast enough, especially if they're right around the corner there at that gate where I got to go all the way the frick around
Right.
through, what do you call it? There's been a few times where that's happened. Actually, there was one guy a while ago. He was laying in his, what do you call it? I did a welfare check on him. I wish I would have got there a little sooner because he was very close to, I think he ended up passing away like 2 weeks later. Some gambler guy, I don't remember. But yeah, if there's any ways you guys can maybe talk to security to see if you can, not clickers, because clickers is too, that's.
But if you had to get out and use it manually.
We could do it like
you
that.
had instructions to do that.
Could I get the information, I
think there is a manual button.
there is?
I'm pretty sure all gates have a manual because you have to in case of power outage or a hurricane. Then you gotta open
Oh, I
those gates
see.
up
Yeah.
and keep them open. There has to be a manual button, just as far as I know.
Yeah, that would be cool, but if it's possible, if you guys
You know
can
the box
somehow
where the gates
get,
open on Sims Road?
instead of clickers, because that's too much, but like a little sticker, if you guys have that option to do that, oh my gosh, if you don't, that would be so.
We used to have, I still have the sticker on my vehicle.
Oh yeah?
Then you open that box.
And then they changed it to clickers, I don't know.
It needs the key, right? You open the box is easy, but then the key.
Oh yeah.
Alright, I just wanted to make sure. That's all I needed, Alberto, thanks. Just gotta have a key.
Yeah, and the only people that have those keys is the fire
Why
department.
can't we keep an extra key in there for the police?
Well, why don't we go talk to the fire department and see why we can't do that? Because they got the key, we don't even have the key.
Or almost like,
It's gone, what's that?
what about if there was a lock box with a combination, then you could have the combination to the key?
You could do it like that.
Something like that.
That could be a thing.
Work something out.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, because all emergencies.
I know you have a sticker. If it's possible to, maybe the security department knows how to get more stickers. You could give.
The
'cause-
stickers don't work anymore.
Oh,
Because when they went to the clickers, it was a different setup, I guess. So I used to have the barcode that was on my windshield, which I still have it.
But it doesn't
doesn't
work
work.
anymore? Oh, I see, okay. June 18th, 1953, Anthony?
Yes, sir.
What's a good phone number that could reach someone here at this address?
The address?
Yeah.
561,
Uh-huh.
here we go. 0907. But we're only here like 9 to 12, Monday through Friday.
Is there, if my partners wanted to talk, well, no, that should be good because
I gave
they
the-
work,
I did give my cell number to the deputy that when I first called, but whatever.
oh yeah, oh, I can get it then off
I gave my cell number, but if you
I'll
want.
be glad to give you mine too, if you want.
Yeah, let me write this,
Can I take this
yeah, of
one?
course.
There's one. Here's the one with the separate that we went through.
That was.
That's what was in
What's
there.
that number up here?
What country road?
I swear, it's something here.
Not ours, oh, this was the EBT card. See, we were trying to split it out, like she had, I guess, an EBT card. So whatever receipts we got, like we put, not ours, EBT card.
She put this big Publix into the receipt pile, but it was
Not us.
used an EBT card, not our credit card.
Oh, I see.
So I don't know if she was just trying to like,
Yeah, throw us
Throw us
off.
off.
Yeah,
She's very clever,
I think she's clever.
but I'll outsmart her any
There
day.
you tell them that.
You mind spelling your last name for me, Anthony?
Perrota.
Okay, so this is the victim's rights and case information form. So right here is probably the only check mark you'll follow because the rest doesn't pertain to this, is the victim's rights and case information form, which is right here. Do you know how to use a QR code?
Well, I'm sure somebody in here does, Joanne.
So what you do is, if you have a smartphone, which usually most people do,
Yes.
you just pull out the photos, like the Photos app, and you put it up to it, and it will scan the QR code, and then you can follow a link to the victim's rights brochure.
Okay.
The most important stuff is here, so you have it, so you don't really need to do it, but you have everything you need here too. Okay. Again, this is you as you and also behalf of the business.
Okay.
as
so
the
we would
victims.
use this one.
You could, yeah.
Can you just put a little check mark next to that?
You got this here too.
Okay.
This is yours.
Oh, okay.
This will be yours.
I know what you want here, Joe. This is the
So
one we're
that I
gonna
know-
use,
yes.
okay?
Yes.
I got what you want, kid.
There was
So,
two of them
Let me
there.
have you sign here, just saying that you seen it. You can initial up there for me too. That I showed you it and you acknowledged the case information form. And then that should be everything. I'll give you a copy. Hopefully I printed hard enough. Let me read it through. Okay, so at the top here is the case number 24058-907. Is that right?
I don't know, that's all.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah. So 24058-907. My name's here, you as well. Is there anything here that you need that you want me to press a little harder on? Because this is just
Why don't you
the.
just give a copy of the original?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, you can do that too. Yeah, absolutely. We got what it calls here. Yeah, we can do that.
Here, slide that through while you do it. All right. All these ladies, on the floor.
You can't help that. You're stuck with us.
So, with that all state though, you'll be able to, that's the whole key, because that.
Yeah.
That will put the
Nip it right
nail
there.
in the coffin, as they say.
Yeah. So what would happen is as the investigation continues, we have to prove each charge was fraudulent. So, which means we would almost certain have to go line by line and say, was this one committed fraudulently?
Okay.
Was this one committed fraudulently? There looks like 75 to 100 charges. Though what I can do, at least for the people who are going to pick this up, I can at least give the ones that have the most chance of achieving that it's fraudulent. Like a Publix card, see that maybe there's surveillance camera footage of them walking out and buying all this stuff, cementing the fact that they were there at that Publix on this day and this time purchasing things, and you're telling me that was not used for any, was not authorized for the normal purchases of a repeat card, and wasn't authorized that day, and you didn't see it anyways. So I can at least follow that. So I can at least give the people who take from here the best bet of saying that it's.
So what department takes it from you now?
It would be a property detective.
Property detective.
Yeah. But again, they'll contact you next week, I'm sure. And they are over there at the, what do you call it? I'm sure you guys are familiar where our substation is.
Yeah.
Okay.
The one on Congress, right?
No.
The one up here?
Yeah, the one on
Cumberland?
Cumberland and Atlantic. Yep, that one right there. That's the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office District 4 substation.
What is it called? The property investigator?
A property detective, yeah. They'll give you a call.
Property detective.
Let's see. So we're just waiting on that. But yeah, so I just gathered the best ones to at least for them to start something. You know what I mean?
I follow you.
Because these will probably hopefully have what do you call it? And then of course my guys or the people who take it from here will be able to call State Farm and call Allstate and say, hey, reference this case, blah blah blah. We need something.
Because you could pull up her registration, her driver's license, and with the registration should have the Allstate or whatever policy number, correct?
Let's see. Since it was both of you guys that I talked to, mainly you as well. Let me get your name. I'm gonna just add you to the report, just saying, because with the things we spoke about.
No problem.
Let's see. And you were the one who technically called. Too,
Yes,
so
I'm the technical one.
what's your first name?
Deborah, D-E-B-R-A.
B-R-A-H?
Yes, no,
Just that.
that's another Italian name, P-I-O-L-L-A.
And your date of birth?
60, I'm the baby.
You want me to use the same phone number here? Or you want me to use...
I could give you my cell if you want.
Yeah.
954 1601. Either place, but we are going to try to replace this worker in the near future with somebody that won't steal from us, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Yeah, really. I mean, you put your trust in somebody, it's terrible. We're very, very disgusted with this whole situation.
Yeah. Anthony, what's your phone number? Like a cell number?
My cell number is 561
Yep.
8234.
Where's the charge with the Taco Bell?
It was an evidence share request. That was,
Yep, that's me.
Oh, that is it.
Yep.
Oh, it came in there.
Evidence share request, yep. So it's good for 10 days, but obviously we're gonna probably do this like right now. You know, you'll send it before or shortly after I leave. So that's me there, cool.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
I had the one with the mask.
So then what you would do is you would view request, when you get the files, you view request, and then there will be it'll send you to a link. It's called evidence.com. That really is truly the site that you use. I don't think it's
Right.
some phishing scam, because it's really called evidence.com. And then you'll drag and drop just as easy as you would putting in any media into there, and then you hit submit at the bottom and a blue little button, and then I would end up getting it. Makes things super easy. Instead of me having to go one by one and taking photos and stuff and putting in the evidence.
I hope this isn't going to take too long to press charges.
Well, it is what it is, my dear.
I just.
It's going to take some time. I'm not going to lie to you. It's going to take some time because they're going to have to sift through many charges and see some like Publix ones. Maybe their retention, like if this was last year, Publix may or may not have surveillance camera footage of it. Surveillance camera footage of the acts big. That helps us charge suspects with it, which is big. So there might be a few that probably won't have and this is me just being totally honest with you, might not have insufficient evidence.
Yeah.
But some, like as I was always talking about the most recent ones, those are the ones that we can really act upon. So again, but the threshold for, as we talked, for felony and misdemeanor is very low. So we can go from there. But again, it's going to take time.
Yeah, but once we get State Farm and then Allstate, then it says it's done deal, it'll be our account, or Tommy's account.
Yeah,
it'll be
someone's
one day.
name is on those insurance. On
Or
those
it could
insurance.
be, State Farm could be what I'm thinking. But does she, now wait,
Health insurance?
yeah, with this LLC, doesn't he still have to have an homeowner?
Probably.
So I think the State Farm
It's
is her
possible.
homeowner's insurance.
Well, it's still gonna come up with our
Yeah.
name or our address, so
Right.
either way.
I'm thinking
Right.
that
Someone's
that's,
name will be on.
yeah,
Except Anthony's.
or mine. Oh, boy.
Let's see, do I need anything else from you? Yes.
Bottom line is that there is some culpability here, whether it's a felony or a misdemeanor remains to be seen.
Yeah, so I'm the initial report taker. I gather the information, I come up with a idea if a preliminary charge or a preliminary crime has been committed, and that would be reflected in my report, though that could change. A detective or someone else that will follow up on the case will say, hey, it wasn't this that Colton put down, it was this. But again, it's reported and it's investigated, which, because we could change the statute of any crime at any time as long as we're investigating it. Because it was you guys made the discovery, you guys gave us discovery, we are following up and doing investigation. Turns out that it wasn't grand theft, it was communications fraud, or it was fraudulent use of a credit card, or it was something else. It's still investigated, and we still can change the.
But so it goes through the state's attorney or the DA's office?
We do the initial investigation. If we find charges, or if we believe, or not me, but an investigator believes they have enough to file charges, they would file to the state attorney, and the state attorney would take
And
it.
then we don't need a criminal attorney, us. We go.
You guys are the
yeah,
victims, so the prosecutor would be, I believe,
Just checking it out.
yeah, would be the state attorney's office, because they're willing to prosecute
Yeah.
on behalf of you guys, yeah, so.
Okay.
But again,
At what point would she be notified of all of this?
once it goes to the state attorneys,
Okay, so while the investigation's going on, she's just going about her daily life?
that's how it goes, yeah.
Okay.
Until charges are made.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the investigator may decide to call them, may bring them in for questioning, might. They'll talk to them and get their side of the story and stuff. That doesn't mean that they'll be thrown in handcuffs right then and there. If the detective or investigator doesn't believe that they're still, made, they'll say, hey, look, I'm still continuing my investigation. The investigator may or may not disclose what they have to them. And they say, hey, I'm going to be filing this with state attorneys. And then at some point, they will probably get a mail if the state attorney takes it. This is talking a long time right now, guys. Please understand that and then of course, also the other thing too is the state attorney has to say that they want to prosecute too, which has been a problem lately.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I think the state attorney's office is being investigated about
Not investigating.
yeah, so it's a whole thing, but don't let me dissuade you in what I'm saying. I think honesty is what you guys want to hear, so that's what I'm saying. But yeah, then it would go to the state attorney's office, and the state attorney's office would, I'm assuming, I don't know, because I'm not the state attorney's office, I just hear just for the initial report as road patrol, they would notify them in some way, shape, or form. I don't know if that's through email, through phone, or through mail, so I don't know.
Well, when we approached her about this, which was on April 16th, no, it wasn't. It was, yeah, it was. You know, and I did record it. I'm going to tell you, we recorded her question, what we questioned her, and we weren't accusing her. We wanted her to explain it. Anthony went up to her, can you explain this? I don't know. We're her only, like, not even to defend herself.
Yeah.
It was just, she wasn't defending herself.
Yeah.
It was, I don't know. It's,
When we do that, again, I'm going to assume that most criminals wouldn't admit to crimes that they committed. So, but again, if the investigator decides that they want to talk to them, they can.
but you know, that's tricky, because I don't know is not lying. She's not saying I didn't do it.
Right.
I don't know. It's like when you're in a court case and I don't recall, you know, when they're cross-examining you, I don't recall. So it's, it's like she's not perjuring herself yet.
Yeah. But it's going to go from there. But again, it's a long. It is a long process,
Okay.
and it's going to take some time. But I mean, just do your best to let your company know, like the MasterCard,
I wish
let
there
them
was
know.
somebody in the state's attorney's office, damn. I have to go through my little list of contacts.
I look at it this way, we did what we had to do.
Exactly.
And hopefully, we did right, and we're gonna follow up with it, and
Yep, you guys done the right thing of calling us, so, and then we'll, hopefully that you guys won't have to do any more jumping through hoops unless the investigator asks something of you, but,
Right.
I mean, it seems you have everything in order right there, so, because that's the big things we have. Got his statements, and names and stuff, and,
Well, our attorney for the association told us get all our ducks in a row.
Yeah,
And then
exactly.
call you guys, like,
You'd be
don't
surprised.
call like, cold and
yeah, you'd be surprised how many people come to us and say, hey, Rob, okay, well, what do you got for us? Well, I got nothing for you. Okay, well, that's helping. I think one more thing before I go, could I get, do you mind if I get one of those, just the account number on top of it?
Which account number, the newest?
Yeah, the newest will work. Because they can refer to the older ones.
now you know all the story now. But he wants the statements.
Yeah, the
It's-
most recent statement of whatever the newest account number is, or the most current.
We didn't get the new one. We didn't get a bill for that we just
this is the one for April that we just paid on, it's gotta
You
be
need
due
the whole
April.
account number, because it's only the last four.
The last four's fine, yeah.
Do you want to, I'll just keep making other copies.
Well, we don't know yet. Really.
Well, as long as I have one account number that they can look and
Yeah,
find,
they can
and
go
then
back.
I got the card number
On
too.
this statement, there's plenty on.
on the newest one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you guys leaving? It's 12:14.
I know, really. I don't even get paid overtime.
Yeah, we're gonna get paid overtime.
Reason being, I'm gonna hang out up front and start the report.
Okay.
If I need something, will one of you guys be here in the next?
Yeah, I can hang out for a while.
Yeah. Well, whenever you have to leave, I'm right outside.
I see
You guys
you.
see it. I'm gonna be right. I'm not moving. So whoever the last person's going out, just give me a knock. I could leave if I have another pressing call I have to go to, but I'm gonna hang out there just in case I need
And if
anything.
you need the restroom or anything, we'll leave the door unlocked, or that side door all the way to near the shuffleboards is unlocked till the maintenance leaves.
Okay. All right. Then, guys. Okay. Oh, thank you. Awesome.
Sunglasses there?
Huh?
Those your sunglasses?
Yeah,
I don't know if you left his glasses.
No, I just got these. All right, y'all. I appreciate it. Thank you. I'll be outside. No problem.
This is Detective Eckes, ID 19473, the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office. This is a tape recorded statement. Can you state your full name
Anthony,
and your date of birth?
1953.
Okay, this is a tape sworn statement in reference to the case investigation 24-05-8907. It's going to be credit card fraud, and I'm here with Anthony Parada. He's one of the main complainants and or victims in this case. Anthony, if you could just kind of start for us from the beginning as to what the allegations are, and then the background story, and just go from there, and we'll kind of...
Well, I guess the allegations are the credit card was being used.
Okay, when speaking about things like the credit card and this, just kind of give the background information to what that means and everything. So what's the credit card? What do you mean?
The credit card's what we have here, where we use for supplies. Okay, and I would send, the credit card would stay at Nikki's desk, okay, for a day-to-day operation. Okay, she would utilize it along with Thomas Scherzer.
All right, so when you're talking about the credit card, now this is in representation of the HOA, and what HOA?
The High Point West, Section 2,
Okay.
is credit card, which is under HPW2 and also Anthony Parada, because they needed how do you want to say it, somebody to fall back on. I needed a guarantee, a personal guarantee. So that became me, which is the president of the association.
Okay, all right. So in reference to this credit card, so the utilization of the credit card, it was given to Nikki, who is who? Who's Nikki?
Nikki was the administrative assistant for HPW2.
All right, when was this?
She was here for 4 years, so she left April this year. We had to let her go.
Okay, all right, April 2024.
April 2024, correct.
Okay, and why did you guys let her go?
What was happening is we weren't receiving our bank statements. And I would ask for the statement. And, sometimes you say, can I give it to you tomorrow or whatever. Anyway, make a long story short, we weren't receiving the statements. When I finally put the pressure on, along with the vice president, Joanne, in this case, she gave me a printed copy which she created, which had only certain charges on it. So the day came when I approached her in April with the original bank statement, because I found one in the mail in April. And I asked her, Nikki, what is this charge? She says, I don't know anything. I don't know. It's not mine. I said, so you don't, Allstate is not you? She says, correct. I don't have Allstate for my car insurance. Okay, and then that one thing led to another. I asked her again, can you explain some of these other charges? She said no, and I just turned around. I says, Nikki, I says, I just lost my trust factor in you, and I have to let you go. And she grabbed her stuff and she left.
And that was in April?
That was in April.
When it all kind of unraveled from what she was providing, which I'll now point out a couple things I have right here. Now, I see these are credit card statements that you provided originally for the case.
Correct.
Is that correct?
That is correct.
And this is for one of the credit cards?
We only have one credit card.
Okay.
We had one that was changed 3 different times.
Now, why was it changed 3 different times?
Well, once she told me Thomas lost the card, so I canceled it and re-upped.
Okay.
And then the second time, we found all this information that they were utilizing the card, so I canceled that one. And then I requested the 3rd card, which now I keep in my desk.
And so I was provided this information right here. Now, are these documents right here, what can you say about these? Can you explain what these are compared to the credit card?
Yes, I can. This is the original credit card statements.
Okay.
When I would ask for a statement, she would create one on this. And if you compare the months, there'd be 4 or 5 charges that were not on here, that were on the original credit card statement.
Okay. All right. So basically omitting the fact that she was possibly paying for other items out there and then telling you she wasn't.
Right, because there'd be no reason not to give me the original statement.
So you said that it was changed 3 times. Once was, and you said Thomas. Who's Thomas?
Thomas is Thomas Scherzer, that's Nikki's son.
Nikki's son. And
Well, he also, he was our maintenance man, and I would give him the card to run the Home Depot or sprinkler, whatever we needed for supplies.
All right.
Sometimes you come back with a lunch, I never questioned it. I also gave an opportunity, being he was doing supplies and everything for us, that he could put some gas in his car. But I came to find out, he was spending like $35 to $50 a week in gas. Nobody burns that much gas. Not running to Home Depot and Windmill.
Okay. So potential issues there with Thomas.
Correct.
But when it comes to Nikki, is that her real name, Nikki Scherzer?
Nicolene Scherzer.
Nicolene Scherzer. Okay, and you said she worked here for 4 years?
For just about 4 years, yes.
Was it just recently in the last year or so that there were the issues, or was there other things that started, or?
Probably prior to this last year, which I did not pick up on or did the board at that time, because there was no question. What happened was when we had the, 2019.
COVID.
When we had the COVID. Okay, that's when the mail was messed up a little bit. Prior to that, I was getting every statement. Well, when the mail was messed up a little, I told her, why don't you go on the computer and print it for me? We can do that. One time she said, I can't. We got to figure out how to get in and do it, whatever. I let it go. So about 6-7 months went by, and then I started questioning the bank statements.
Okay. All right. So bank statements don't match up with the ones she provided, and when you confronted her on this, there was no admission to, I need to pay off this.
No, as far as she was concerned, she didn't know what they were.
She denied.
I have no idea, she said.
All the extra charges?
Yes.
And everything? Okay. All right. Was there anything else during her tenure or anything else that, as far as it's being stated, it's, it looks like Nicolene was...
Let her read that, Stephanie.
All right. Just tell her to wait outside for a minute.
Yeah, just wait there a minute. All right.
Okay, back to what we were talking about. So, she was the only one in charge of the credit card, correct?
Pretty much. I mean, of course, I was in charge of the credit card, but it stood in her desk, so whatever we needed, because I come in 2 days a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays. We have a board member come in every day of the week, so it was easier to leave her the card. This way, if Albert needed any supplies or Tommy, just get the card, run down, bring the receipt back.
Okay. All right, and then her son, how old was her son?
I'm gonna say between 30 and 33, somewhere in that area.
30 and 33, okay, all right. Is there anything additional you'd like to add to this statement about the overall issue with the credit card and the potential fraud?
Not really. I mean, other than I'm very surprised at her that she would do something like that, but other than that, no.
Okay, all right. All right, just raise your right hand for me. You swear and affirm everything you state here is the truth to the best of your knowledge?
I do.
You do? Okay. All right, this concludes this sworn statement in reference to case 24-05-8907, ID 19473, Detective Eckes, PVSO. This is Detective Eckes, ID 19473, the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office. This is a tape sworn statement in reference to case 24-05. Currently here with, can you state your full name?
Deborah Marie,
And your date of birth?
1960.
Okay, and I'm currently doing an investigation into potential credit card fraud.
Yes.
In relation to the HOA here at High Point 2, as well as Mr. Anthony Parada, his credit card being utilized for fraudulent charges. What role in the HOA or High Point do you play?
I am the secretary of the board of directors. I've been on the board now for 4 years, going on to my 5th year.
Okay, and in regards to this situation, what information do you have or do you know about this?
Well, I know that we had extraordinary charges on our credit card, which is in Anthony Parada's name, but it's also our credit card that we use for maintenance, repairs, and projects and supplies. So when we saw like it was a lot of money that we don't usually spend, and we were not receiving from the administrative assistant at that time the monthly statements from the credit card. We were not getting them. And she kept saying, oh, it's because of COVID, the mail, this and that, I don't know. She kept getting excuses. And until we finally, when she was out for her last little bit in the hospital, she was out for a week and never notified us regarding it at first that she was in the hospital, and wouldn't let us know what hospital she was in. At that point, we started calling the credit card companies, changing things, and got all of was the vice president and Tony, the president, got all the information and all the back statements, and it showed charges that we did not put on there.
And who is she?
She is Nicolene Scherzer, and she was our administrative assistant from February 2020 until April 2024.
Okay. All right. In regards to the charges and everything not lining up, so what all didn't kind of jive?
Well, there was, and then I went through them myself. The last batch that I had for, I believe it was February into March, and I went through all the receipts that we had, that we did have from the credit card, and there was receipts on there that, you know, even if it was a Home Depot receipt, and we did send our maintenance man, which was Nicolene Scherzer's son, Thomas Scherzer, who also worked for us for maintenance. We would send him to Home Depot to get supplies, and I would see on there a flour, $20 flour that he bought for his mother, and then some gift cards for food places, Taco Bell, Chipotle's, and so that on the receipt itself, which we do not buy those things at Home Depot.
Okay. All right, so he's going to Home Depot for supplies for the HOA, but yet coming away with a couple extra gift cards that
Yeah.
weren't authorized.
Correct. The main thing we saw was, and it happened twice, this is the second time, because this is the third credit card we've had since Nicolene's hire date. This was the third credit card number we had in the 4-year period, or 4-year period. So it was somebody that couldn't keep, taking the card. There was 3 different numbers on here. And the first time when Nikki was out for her surgery, which was, I believe, 2021, there was an all-state charge on there, and that's going back over 2 years ago, that we never could get the exact thing because Anthony was not, they couldn't give us the person's policy number or the name, and it wasn't any of our insurances.
Right, so talking about the Home Depot, is this a copy of one of those receipts that you're speaking to?
What am I seeing on here? Well, it is one of the receipts, but, was that something with a pink flower? Does that say?
Looks like a couple of gift cards.
Yes, and this was, I think it was and I think we still have it, it's a cactus with a little pink flower on it, that was $20. So that was one of them too.
Okay.
And the credit cards, yes.
And this was
the gift cards.
Thomas Scherzer who would run these errands, or was this Nicolene?
No, it was Thomas who ran these errands.
So he ran it, and then he was getting the gift cards.
Probably.
In addition to what he was buying at Home Depot for the HOA, but never given permission to buy the gift cards.
No, never.
Is there any written bylaws or anything about the use of the credit card for the HOA?
No, not that I know of. It was just told to them. I mean, they didn't usually keep it. I was always in the office, not locked up the credit card, because for different things that we needed it or different times of day, that maybe the board wasn't in there and whatever. So it was not locked up. It was on a honor system.
Okay, so going back to the, I guess, relationships with Nicolene, who was potentially given the credit card to use for the HOA. How can you describe your relationship with her? You've been here for 4 years. How long was she here for? You said 4 years?
I've been a board of director. I was board of director before she was hired. Her son worked here a year before she was hired.
Okay.
Anthony Parada knew of her because she used to work in High Point Section 5 for a few years, and he has a property in there, so he knew of her, and then hired her as well, about 6 months after we hired her son. So, normally we wouldn't hire son and daughter, but Tony really, son and mother, Tony, I guess, really trusted her and thought that we were all doing a good thing.
All right, so with the charges that were on the credit card that were found out later, is there anything that kind of like pops out to you, or any information about Nicolene or what you knew of Nicolene that kind of lines up with any of this?
Well, I
would
knew...
point in her direction, or are we possibly someone else?
No, I mean, she had money issues, and we all heard about it and knew about it. And we paid her well for the hours she put in here. She did not have health insurance, and then she got deathly ill and almost died, that her colon busted open. And that's probably because she did a lot of opiates, which I knew she was doing.
She's a drug abuser?
She was, and cocaine, which she did also. She had told me she would do that to help her with the pain. And I believe she was getting and partying with her friend Tanya, who either got the cocaine for her, or, vice versa, but...
What makes you bring up this Tanya person, though?
Well, you brought her up to me when you said that one of the electric bills was her, or the cable bills was the mother that you went to see.
Yeah. Yep.
And I never knew her married and her maiden name, but I knew the name Tanya.
So you knew it through Nicolene?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So there was a Tanya associated with Nicolene.
Yeah, she mentioned her I think they were like best friends.
Okay. And how about more about that relationship?
The only thing I knew is she would tell me that she had hard times, that her husband died. He was sickly, and then he was in a nursing home. And she really went to pieces after he died and had financial issues. So that's, she would just go on and talk about it. And about her own financial issues, she would always talk to me about whether she's asked me to borrow money. And there's times she borrowed and did pay me back. And I was friendly with her. I went to see her when she was in the hospital in August, when she had turned 50 and she was in intensive care. And I went to go visit her and bring her stuff, as well as she came to the hospital with me last year when I was in there for 8 days regarding an infection I received from my hip replacement. So, we were on that kind of friendly basis.
Okay. You ever meet Tanya?
No.
Okay.
Never hung out with Nikki after hours. Maybe twice, 3 times in total times. We never really hung out together, no.
Okay, but Nikki talked about Tanya.
Yes.
And her husband passing.
Right.
And just kind of like, I have this friend.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Okay. Anything else information-wise did Nicolene ever come out and say, I'm hurting bad financially, so I had to use a credit? Like, did she ever admit any of this?
No, she never admitted it, and she didn't admit it to the day that we all the board met with her. She did not admit it that day. All she kept saying was, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. And I said, what about Tommy? Maybe you could ask Tommy. He used the credit card too. I don't know, we don't talk. I said, but you live in the same house. Can you knock on his door and ask him if he knows anything about it? At that point, we didn't even go any further, and that's when she was terminated.
She just kept denying it?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Did she ever explain?
Not deny it, just saying, I don't know.
Don't know. Did she ever explain the reason for filling out separate, charge?
No.
Like the Excel spreadsheet versus just providing?
She never explained that. Never explained it. And I did record the day of termination on my phone, so no, she never explained it at all.
Oh, you do have a recording of it?
I have a recording on my phone of the termination day.
All right. I might, if the HOA would like to provide that, I'd like to also take that into for pieces of evidence.
Okay.
Of that conversation.
Sure.
I'll provide a link later so that you guys can just upload it.
Okay.
Other than that, basically what I've looked into, what I've gotten information-wise, it's the State Farm, the Allstate. So and again, with your relationship, I know that you didn't really meet outside of what current then, but never discussed, oh man, I'm behind in insurance payments, or I'm behind.
Never said insurance, but I always knew, she had told me in the past that she had Allstate, and the day we terminated her, she said she didn't have Allstate. But we've talked about maybe the prices of insurance companies, and I would say I'm a Progressive. I used to be with Allstate rep. So, we would discuss stuff like that. She would always be hurting for money, saying, I can't even buy cigarettes, and we all felt bad for her. We've all lent her money over the time, never asking for it back either. And that goes for the other board members that have lent her money, $50 to $100 at time.
Okay. All right. Again, just recapping, making sure, no one else really had the use of the credit card between, obviously, Anthony Parada with his name on it, Nicolene, who was the secretary, just given the credit card saying, hey, this is for HOA?
Well, she used it also for HOA too, not just her son. When we needed to do mailings and she needed to go to Staples or Office Depot, she would use the credit card when she needed it.
Okay. And then obviously her son through the maintenance, Home Depot runs, things like that. That's strictly what was kind of outlined with the rules of how the use of the credit card
The
was
only
supposed to
thing
go.
that Anthony Parada had given him permission was to put some gas in his car at times because he was using his own vehicle for the journeys he took, which wasn't very far. It was Home Depot, the Bushel Shop, Ace Hardware. It was all in a circumference of a couple of miles.
Okay, all right. All right, is there anything else you'd like to provide here with this statement?
The only thing I could say is that another board member did see her going through my pocketbook while I was doing an interview in the clubhouse, because I interviewed purchasers or renters, and she did see her rummaging through my purse.
And when was this?
I would say she didn't tell me right away because she didn't want to get in the middle of anything, but I would say it was probably in maybe January or February, maybe February of this year.
Okay. Did you ever confront her about that?
No.
No?
I found out later, after we terminated her, is when I found out.
Okay.
And I was being respectful for the other board member because she didn't want to get in the middle of anything. But
Did she take anything? Was anything taken?
I don't even know because I never found out.
Okay.
Usually I don't carry a lot of money with me.
Okay.
But, she got pills from residents in here. They would give her pain pills. 2 different residents, or maybe 3 I could think of, and another resident who she was driving because she didn't drive, and she had given her money and also paid for an electric bill of hers. And that's another resident who lives here.
Okay. Was that outside of the purview of what the credit card was for? Was that something
That
separate?
wasn't, it was just, this was after she was terminated.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So the resident helped her out to pay her
Oh,
electric
resident
bill.
helped her. Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
paying it for her.
Sounds good.
So she's been having issues ever since we terminated her, and before, for financially always an issue.
Anything else you'd like to add?
No, she's a good liar, and she's hip. She knows what she's doing, and I think she's been doing this for a long time.
All right. Raise your right hand for me. You swear and affirm everything you just stated is the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, I do.
Okay. All right. This is a tape sworn statement in reference to case 24-058907. It's a fraud investigation. I'm actually going to put this back on my belt because of the birds and everything to make sure we can capture everything. Can you state your name for the record? All right, and your date of birth? Okay, all right. Like we talked about on the phone, I'm just wanting to kind of grasp the relationship. You said you did know Nicolene?
I did. We were friends.
You were friends.
But we had a disagreement. Well, it's a long story. I caught her telling some lies. Like, she would forget that she already told me one thing and she'd say another. And I finally confronted her on it. I'm like, why do you think you have to lie to me? Why do you, you don't have to lie. And anyways, one thing led to another, and we're not friends no more. And that was before August of last year.
Okay, all right. But
June or July.
prior to that,
Prior to that, I was thinking about the water thing because I had a foot operation.
Alright.
And I was out of work from the diner, and it was only supposed to be 5 to 6 weeks. It ended up being 7 months. But I got Social Security, and I don't know exactly how many, 1 or 2 times because I was paying my mom's, 3 of my mom's bills, my 89-year-old mother. I was paying her FP&L, the water, and her phone. I paid them for a couple years. Anyways, a few times I didn't have the money to pay them, and she paid them for me, and I gave her the cash. Because my mom said you asked about the water bill.
Yep, so-
And I was like, why would it, and then it,
Just to kind of dissect that, just one in general, the water bill and your mom and everything like that. So when it comes to, she said, oh, I'll take care of it, and then you pay
no,
her.
she offered that she would pay it and I could pay her back, which I did.
Okay, all right, so how did a conversation like that kind of come about? Obviously, you had the injury.
We talked every day.
Okay.
And I was struggling to not only pay my bills, but my mom's also, because I had been paying those 3 bills for her for years, and I ended up having to stop paying my mom's bills because until I went back to work, which I've been back to work 2 or 3 months now, working for SHIP.
Okay.
But I'm still not haven't picked back up her bills yet because I just couldn't pay them anymore. I was struggling to meet my ends meet.
And I might bounce my off.
The operation actually ruined my life
Oh, yeah?
because I can't go back to waitressing. I'm doing the best I can. I shop and deliver, and my bills, my loans, and credit cards are in a consolidation company, AmeriCorps, and I ended up having to give up and do the best thing I could, and I consolidated everything, and I make a payment to them, $600 a month, and from what I understand the way that works, they pay off each one of my checks as it comes in, as I pay them. That's the way I understand it.
Well, back to Vince Scherzer friendship as well as paying off bills and pay her back cash. How often did that arrangement happen?
Only a few times.
All right. There was the water bill. There was.
I don't know if she ever used it for the light bill or the phone. Could have.
Anything else?
I'm not positive. No, that's the only 3 bills I paid them.
Okay. Did you ever pay any
Unless-
of your bills?
Maybe. No, I can't say positive.
Okay.
She could have done it once for me. Maybe one time my light bill. I can't say positive that she did it for any of my bills, but
Another FCNL bill?
it's possible.
Okay. All right.
I don't think it was ever for one of mine. I think it was just a few times with my mom's.
And this was always out of, hey.
Because like right now, I'm having my light bill, like I get extended. So I'm playing catch up.
Yeah. So, but this arrangement, agreement, friendship situation was always out of, hey, you're down and out. Let me help you out. You pay me back cash, or?
Yeah, well, I've known her for about 10 years.
Where'd you guys meet?
She was married at the Eagles Club. My husband, that's where I met my husband. My husband passed away 5 years ago. I met her through him because he knew her husband at the time, but they're divorced. And that was about it. That's about how long as I know her.
Now, do you know about?
I got married in 2015 to my husband, so I knew her about a year before that.
Okay. Do you know she worked for High Point?
Yeah.
Do you know what she did there?
She said they accused her of stealing.
Well,
But
do
she
you know her
said she
job role,
didn't.
or what her job role was, or how long she worked there?
I know she had something to do with the maintenance men, and she did shopping for them, and she did a lot of things, odds and end things for them. She did bookwork. I know she did computer work. But when she got fired, she said they accused her of stealing, and she had paid something, she said, and she had put the money back in a different drawer, and it was $20, and they accused her of stealing, and it sounded a little iffy to me, but
I mean, is that what all she told you?
Yeah.
How she was fired and why?
is that not
Alright.
true?
It's like a pebble in the. It's a pebble in the construction of a mountain, but yeah, sure. So, all right. So, have you known Nicolene to steal? Has she ever stolen or told you about a situation where she's stolen before? No. Has she ever? I guess. Did you know? Has she ever done something similar where she's like, "Hey, no, I'll pay the bill. You just pay me cash." You know.
We
other
talked
people?
about my situation all the time because
I'm
I was
not so much
alone.
you, but like someone
And
else.
she'd say, "Oh, did someone else?"
Yeah, anyone else?
No,
No?
no. I actually didn't know any of her friends. I've never met any of her other friends at all.
So you guys stopped talking a few months back?
Like June or July.
In July?
Yeah. Haven't seen or spoke to her since. Last I knew, she was working. That was when we were still talking. She was working at TJ Maxx, I believe. TJ Maxx or
You know which one?
Lake Worth Road. The one that has the other store combined in it. I want to say Home Goods.
Yeah, TJ Maxx and Home Goods. And you said, which store again?
When we were still friends, she was working at Lake Worth Road. I never went to see her there, but that's what she told me.
I mean, I'll check it out. Alright, so was there ever any issues with payment for car insurance for you?
No. I think so.
Okay, so how would a payment of
During that time, after when I had my operation, I was struggling, and I was making a payment on my credit card and then using it to pay a bill. I was balancing everything I could. So when she offered and told, I get my check the second Wednesday of every month from Social Security. And sometimes she'd say, well, I'll go ahead and pay it for you and you just pay me back. And I'd say, okay, great.
Okay, so this is what I was asking before.
But I don't know exactly how many times we did that or what bill, but I mean, it wasn't a whole lot of times, no.
Okay.
At the most, I'd say maybe 5. I could be wrong, but
Yeah. So is that in reference to your car insurance?
I don't know if I ever did it with my car insurance.
Car that was sold?
My car?
Yeah, a car that was eventually was sold.
Sold. My Mustang?
Yeah. There was one that was insured. There was fraudulent payments made to the car insurance for that car, and then it was sold like midway last year.
No. I sold that car to the people that live down the street from me. My husband died in 2020. He was in the hospital 19. He died May of 20. And it was maybe like a month after that.
No, it wasn't that much. It was.
That's the only car I ever sold.
It may have been. Maybe it was Nicolene's car.
That's the only car I ever sold.
Right.
And my car was paid off.
Well,
Mustang.
what I'm asking about is the insurance payment for you, the Allstate, or not Allstate, the State Farm. State Farm was paid fraudulently, okay, with the credit card. So,
For my car?
for one of your insurance, one of your cars' insurance.
I had this car. The car I had before this was also a Ford Edge.
That might have been it.
Huh?
That might have been it. That might have been the one. But
It was a
what I'm
2000.
saying is that you know about that.
No, I don't know. I would never do something like that fraudulently. if she did pay it for me and I paid her back. I didn't know. Is she using somebody else's card? Is she? Yes?
So far, everything's fine. Everything's lining up. What you're telling me, the whole, I paid her cash, she helped me pay a water bill, she helped everything like that, whatever. It lines up.
Why did my insurance company say something to me if it was my card?
They wouldn't, they just want the money, usually. As long as I get
They've never said they didn't get their money.
No, they did. It was paid for money and they said no.
But they wouldn't say anything to me. Like, your payment bounced or...
Well, no, it didn't bounce. It was paid. Your insurance is paid by someone else's credit card. So, those are the links I'm trying to put together. That's why I'm
I
kind of
would never
coming to
do.
you to ask. That's why everything so far with what you're saying with the payments for water bill and light bill, I already have all that information. I already knew it was paid. I just wanted to see, what you were going to say about, what Nicolene in your relationship was, what it had to do with the water bill, everything like that. I mean, again, you don't know her to steal or even have done this before, brag about it.
Her getting fired and them accusing her of stealing was the only time that kind of talk ever happened.
Now, do you know why she would want cash for doing such
She's
things?
struggling to pay her bills too.
Is that or is it something else?
No, she's always been struggling. Her mom died, and she has her mom's condo, and she lives with her son, and actually that would sometimes be our argument because I am my age and she's much younger than me, and at my age, with my health conditions, I could work a full-time job, and she would, ever since I've known her, she only worked at that place and got off at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. And I say, you're young, get a real job, get another job if you have to. I'm 66 years old and look what I'm doing to pay my bills. But that would be one of our arguments. But she's also not a healthy girl. I don't know if she was lying to me, but she said she had cancer.
And again, just to reiterate, you're saying that if there is a credit card possibly used to pay off your insurance, you're saying you have nothing to do with it?
Nothing. I swear to God, no. I would talk to my insurance company before I did something like that. Never, ever. I would borrow from my mother and pay it.
Do you have any other
I haven't seen her, and I told you, but I never, ever had no clue she was doing something like that. I knew she was getting credit cards, but assumed they were hers. I didn't think they were somebody else's. She would never tell me that either. No, I never saw the credit card. But she would never tell me, I'm sure, that it was somebody else's because I would never do anything like that. But I knew she had gotten credit cards. So she told me, why don't I apply for such and such credit card? And I said, no, I got enough as it is. I can't pay the ones I got.
So here's just one extra question. How, if you said, hey, I'll pay your mom's water bill or light bill or what have you, you just give me cash, how would it then go, oh, okay, sounds good, thank you very much. How would it then go with you sharing the information?
I gave her the bill, she'd pay it. Because I always get my receipts on my phone, in my email. Because I wouldn't give her cash, so I make sure it's paid.
So, disagree with you. Yeah, I'm Detective Coleman, ID 33110, here with Detective Edges on the same case. Question, so, what kind of job did she have when she was playing with?
She was working out there.
At the
Hunter's Run.
Okay, Hunter's Run.
Is that what it is? Hunter's Run?
High Point. And what was her position?
She was like a secretary. She did all, whatever they asked. Because she did stuff for maintenance. Because she was always dealing with the maintenance people. She would tell me stories. She dealt with the people that lived there. She did shopping for them, for things that they needed. She did computer on the computer.
So, secretary job.
Yeah,
pretty much.
yeah.
Okay.
She did a lot of taxes at the end of the year.
Okay. All right. And you said she was struggling then too?
She's always been struggling ever since she got
struggling
divorced.
and paying your bills at the same time.
Well, that's what she didn't have the money to pay them. She would offer, because it would be like a week before my check would be coming. And she said, well, I can go ahead and pay it, and you just pay me back. And I said, okay, great. But I knew she wasn't paying it cash. I knew that because she didn't have money like that. But I knew she did have credit cards.
Understood. Okay. All right, that's all I have.
Yeah.
Go ahead and raise your hand. You swear to affirm everything you say here is the truth, the best of your knowledge.
Absolutely.
Hello.
Hi.
Nicolene?
Yeah.
How are you? I'm Detective Eckes.
What's wrong?
This is Deputy Piscatelli.
Okay.
Doing an investigation and I kind of need you to come with me.
Right now?
Yeah, right now.
I just got out of the hospital.
Okay. You can put on some shoes if you'd like.
What's wrong?
I have some questions I'd like to ask you, but I can't speak to you like this about it right now. I'd like you to...
Somebody get hurt or?
No. Nobody got hurt. Take a deep breath.
Like I said, I literally got out of the hospital and they just called me.
Okay. Alright. You want to put on some shoes?
Oh, I don't want to go like this.
Okay. Yeah. It's up to you. I'll put on some shoes. But if you don't mind, I'm going to come inside with you.
Okay.
Alright? Anybody else home?
Yeah, my son.
Your
He
son?
just went to bed.
Thomas?
Yeah.
Okay. How old is your son?
he'll be 43.
Okay. You just want to grab some shoes? Do you have ID?
Yeah. Wait, you're throwing everything at me at once and I just got up. Like I said, I've been in the hospital. But I might have to go back, so.
Okay. Alright.
What do you want me to get? Can I brush my teeth?
If you would like to, all you really need is shoes, because I'd like to ask you some questions, but like I said, I can't talk to you until I read you some rights. That's all.
Where are you bringing me?
All right. We're going to go down to Delray Beach, the substation down there for the sheriff's office.
Okay.
All right.
So can I brush my teeth?
Your call.
Thank you.
Okay.
It's your fault. You'll have to smell it.
Okay.
Let me just turn this to you. What's up, number?
Well, here's do you have your ID?
Yeah.
Okay, here's the thing. okay? I'm making an arrest today.
What did I do?
I will gladly talk about it with you, okay? If you want to talk to me, which I want to talk to you about, because I think there's more to the story.
Done anything wrong?
Exactly.
It's got to do with High
there's more to the
Point.
story.
I haven't been back to High Point, and yesterday I went to go visit someone, so it has to do with High Point, right?
I'd like to talk to you more. I can't, okay? But as of now, I just, so you know, you are going to be arrested, all right? But again, I want to speak to you, all right?
That's so wrong. She is nothing but a bitch.
You're bringing your cell phone?
I'm gonna put it in my purse. Why?
No, you could bring your cell phone.
Well, if I'm not,
and your identification. I just want to minimize, the items that.
I don't have any phone numbers. I mean, like
Exactly.
I said, I've been in
Take
and
your
out
cell
of the
phone.
hospital.
Take your cell phone and your identification, and I think you should be good from there. Alright, so I'm already, being nice and everything, and we're not gonna do the handcuffs until we get down to the car, okay? But again, I'd like to speak to you.
No, I'm
Okay,
willing
about
to
the whole-
speak
good.
because I got nothing.
Good.
I didn't do anything wrong there. So
Perfect. So we're gonna walk down to the car, but policy and everything, you're under arrest, okay? I'll put you in handcuffs down there, and we'll be nice, and then we'll go from there, okay? Do you, is it okay to not lock the door? Or?
well, can I lock it? Can I give you my keys?
Yeah, we can take a key and lock the door. Yep. Yeah, those are great.
Not make it,
Right? Right, just turn towards the inside. Inside. Other way. Nope.
From behind.
Yeah. Policy. Like you're praying. Alright, for the time being.
I know anything I say will be held against me.
Well, no, so
My
I'll
uncle
read you.
retired chief.
I'll read you that in a second. For the time being, just turn around. It's easiest if you step sideways, up and in. Okay. All right. Take your time. You want some help?
No, my blood pressure is getting high.
All right. Take a couple deep breaths.
I can't.
Okay. Sit tight. Let me get a key real quick, and then I can lock those so you don't sit on them. Okay. Try not to sit back. Let's turn on your door and everything. Okay. Nicolene, if you would, lean forward for me. Not too many people see you.
Yeah, they do.
Okay, well.
All District 1 is kind of on a 6-8 and a 4 building and 10 acres.
Alright, those are locked. Like I said, I'd like to speak to you, okay? About the whole situation, and we'll go from there, okay? Alright? Okay, alright. And again, no prosthetics or anything like that?
No, I'm just pissing blood.
Oh, okay. What was the hospital stay for?
Same thing.
Well, what? Like
Oh, they were
kidneys or
doing
something?
testing, cultures, and they didn't come back, but they let me come home Saturday. And now I'm filling the toilet back up again, so they just called. They missed the call.
Okay, alright. Like I said, we're gonna go down to the office. We'll talk, okay? As much as you want, and then we'll go from there, okay? All right. 31 check my like 51 back to 54.
Call it 17.
Reference it. Yeah, let me 533 Delta.
533 Delta.
Like I told you, at your house, been doing an investigation. The investigation revolves around fraud, namely credit card fraud. But to be able to speak to you any further and everything, I told you, love to speak to you, love to know what's going on. Life's gotten hard, as I can tell, with the hospital situation. That's kind of what I want to talk about. All right, and first thing I have to do is I have to read you Miranda rights. You know what they are?
Yeah, my uncle's a retired chief.
Yeah, you were actually telling. Where was that at?
New Jersey. He was the president of the New Jersey Benevolent Association.
What town?
Morristown. No, he was in Morris Township. Morris Plains.
Is that in the middle of Jersey? Is that like?
Kind of, yeah.
I have cousins that live Allentown or Allenville.
It's what? Northwest.
Northwest?
Allentown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember. Many summers
All
going
my
up there.
family's in law enforcement or
Yeah,
EMTs.
I go up and visit my cousins, and we go down to the Jersey Shore during the summer. They had a house down there, and near Monmouth. It's a little south of Monmouth, over there by the shore and everything. We go down there, and it's always a lot of fun. So, anyways, let me read you, and then we'll discuss. So, all right. I'm required to warn you before you make any statement that you have the following constitutional rights. All right. You have the right to remain silent and not answer any questions. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. And yeah, just a verbal yes or no is the answers needed for the recording. All right. Any statement you make must be freely and voluntarily given. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. You have the. Sorry about that. You have the right to the presence and representation of a lawyer of your choice before you make any statement and during any questioning. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. All right. If you cannot afford a lawyer, you are entitled to the presence and representation of a court-appointed lawyer before you make any statement and during any questioning. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. If at any time during the interview you do not wish to answer any questions, you are privileged to remain silent. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. And I can make no threats or promises to induce you to make a statement. This must be on your own free will. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. Any statement can be and will be used against you in a court of law. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. I'll have you just sign this later. It's part of policy and everything like that. But like I said, I wanted to talk to you because I think there's a bigger picture to things. But again, I want your side of the story. I want what occurred. The facts that I've already gathered and everything like that. You're speaking about High Point.
Yeah, because I haven't been there because I've been in the hospital. So I went over to get a probiotic vitamin from my friend over there. And yesterday, and that's the first time I've been back.
Okay.
I mean, I was in the hospital for a stroke.
But
last month.
What you're saying, what you're
so,
kind of
and
like.
then the next day you show up. So I know that she was spreading rumors that I stole $30,000, $40,000, $50,000. I stole it out of the bank account. She smeared my name in the community.
Okay.
And
in reference,
she threatened people that if they saw me to call.
Okay. In reference to the allegations that you're saying, who is this woman?
Deborah. The Fat Debbie. I don't know. I can't remember her last name. I'm sorry. I will think of it. It will come back to me. But like I said, I had a major stroke last month.
Okay. And I'm sorry to hear about that.
It just takes me a little time to remember.
And again, are you doing okay? Do you need any water?
No, I'm okay.
Okay. All right. So you're talking about these allegations, Deborah or Debbie.
It begins with a P. Pizzola.
Okay, Deborah Pizzola. All right.
The one who.
And this is in relation to you working there previously?
Yeah, I was an employee there for 5 years.
Okay, from when to when?
2019 to 2024.
Okay, and all right. So what happened? You not working there anymore?
They fired me.
For
based on what she was saying, she kept trying to set me up and she started rumors. So they were saying that there was charge card stuff on there, there was money missing, and something happened with the bank account, and people stole money from there online. And, but I believe that was the bank inside job is what I was told by the board.
Okay.
But they accused me and my son.
Okay.
And, I mean, I don't really, I mean, come on.
Okay.
I mean, I just lost my mom. I've been through a lot in the past 2 years.
Okay.
And she has done nothing but been vindictive and just has tried everything to get to me.
So, and that's kind of where the
It's a jealousy thing.
but that's
because
kind
the
of where
people
I
liked
believe
me.
the fork in the road kind of comes to a head, is that you have been through a lot, I'm sure, in the last few years. Okay, that maybe makes you make some decisions that aren't the best. Here's the thing. I have the evidence, okay, of where these charges went, how they occurred, who they were paid for, and everything like that. And that's where I'm wanting to kind of combine the situation of the evidence that I do have, okay, of how the card was used, okay, who it was used for, okay, and maybe it's because of just life being tough. But again, I want to know, what went on, where we're using someone else's charge card, the HOA charge card, or the credit card, for things like, Allstate's, your car.
Right, and I apologize to them for that.
Okay, as well as Comcast. Okay, your Comcast.
Okay. I really, to be honest with you, because I had used the card, it saves, and that's where I had apologized to them, because if you look on my phone and you go to charge in a number, you'll see 3-4 different charge cards.
Okay.
And so I don't know then. I had 2 charge cards and then my debit card. And that one because I was getting stuff when I wasn't at work for them, supplies, Amazon.
Okay, in the situation where we're
Or
talking.
I'd use my phone if our internet at work was down.
Okay, so you were using that charge card for your Comcast as well as your Allstate.
I honestly
for your
didn't know
vehicle.
it. I honestly didn't know it, and I apologized to Tony about that. And if I mean, when I needed money, I went and asked him, and he would lend it to me.
Okay, and the FBL payments?
Like I said, I paid everything online, so that's what happened, and I did apologize to him.
All right, now the fact that I've spoken with Tanya, okay, about her mother's water bill.
Okay, that I don't. I'm telling the truth, I paid everything online.
I'm telling you what I have.
Okay.
And I'm telling you what I know.
Okay.
And I just want to talk.
And I did pay her mother's bills. I'd either go in and pay them at Publix or AT&T. Never to the water department. I always pay that online. I paid the bills online.
Okay.
I do to this day.
I just want to have a conversation, like I said. I know about all these charges. It took me a good while, obviously, between when you're filed. It took me a good while, subpoena after subpoena.
And it
after
was not
subpoena.
intentional, and I did apologize to Tony for that. I did not do it intentionally, and I believe I deleted the charge card off of my phone.
Okay, I'll say out loud, maybe there wasn't an intentional here and there, but it was one of those. I spoke with Tanya. Okay, she told me about she was also down and out with the leg surgery and husband passing and you all's relationship back before you guys stopped talking. Okay, and about the conversations about, hey, I'm having trouble paying this bill, I'm paying that bill, my mother's bill, and everything like that. So she told me about this. All right, she told me about, hey, you give me cash, and I'll take care of the bill.
She didn't give me cash. Oh, sometimes she'd give me cash to help pay for the bill. But I never gave her cash.
I'm saying yes, the other way around, as in you were like, I'll take care of the bill.
Sometimes she would give me cash, yes, to pay the bill.
Okay. Like
I said, in all honesty, it was not intentional. It was set up on my phone, the charge cards, and I never really paid any attention to it. And I did tell Tony I apologized for it. And I owe him money. I borrowed money from him.
Okay.
I mean, since my mom died, I've been financially struggling, which everybody knows.
Yeah. No.
And then I had major surgery. I was on life support for a month. I was in the hospital for 3. I was out of work for 6 months. It was about 6 months.
But that's where I think we get here, is that life gets hard. You have those, not split-second decisions, but one of those decisions of, let me take a little bit of the weight off.
Again, it was not intentional. I don't care what anybody says, I did not do it intentionally.
Multiple times? For multiple different bills?
When I pay them, I just hit the pay button. And then I just picked the charge card, and I thought I was picking the correct charge card. It doesn't show you all the numbers if you look at my phone.
Okay. And we'll go there, but then let's get to how we were telling Tony the bills are being paid at High Point.
Mm-hmm.
The Excel spreadsheets versus feeding him the actual. So.
Well, that's just how it came up on the computer. I didn't know how to change it to an actual bill, and I told him that. I told him that.
Okay.
And I told Joanne that. Every time I would go on, it would just say spreadsheet, so I'd print it out for him.
Okay, then
I don't know how to get to the actual bill. He should have been getting the bills.
Okay. And you bring up the spreadsheet for some reason, somehow, in these spreadsheets, again, that I have right here. Okay. They come up without the charges that I'm talking about.
I don't know what happened when I left, and I don't know what they did when I left.
I'm not saying, but it's the ones that are furnished and the receipts and, highlighted receipts of extra charges on top of Home Depot receipts where we're adding gift cards and things like that. I mean, again, I want truth. I want, I have the information.
No, and we have gotten gift cards for the employees and for a family that was in need, and a thank you for another one that did the social committee. So I brought Christmas cards and thank you cards.
Okay, but back to the spreadsheet. You click bring up spreadsheet when you log into the credit card, and it comes up with a spreadsheet. But somehow the system knows that, let me just get rid of the ones that are charged back to you.
I just printed it. What it printed, I have no idea. I don't understand. To be honest, I'm not understanding what you're saying.
I think that you were down and out, okay, and that you were just thinking, let someone else take the bill, okay, on this, on Comcast, on FP&L, on, Tanya's mother's utility bill, and on all of these different little things, just to kind of, because finances are piling up. Your mother passes away. You have
I have
your
people
health.
in the community there helped me.
I
too.
understand that, but I'm talking about.
And my brother-in-law helped.
I'm talking about the charges that are in your name. You've already said the fact that you pull up your phone and you click the charge card. But I do believe that it was not just a oops, wrong charge card again. Oops, wrong charge card again.
I never looked at it. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't look at it. I don't have the cards. It's on my phone, and they're the last 4, and it tells you MasterCard, AMX, whatever. And it just gives you stars and the last 4. I believe it's 4 numbers.
Okay.
But I mean, if I did, I don't know.
Look,
I mean, I know everybody knew I was having financial problems. That wasn't a mystery. When I'm asking the board, the president, to borrow money, that's what I did. I asked him.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay. Well, they brought this to my attention.
Mm-hmm.
I did my research, and I found everything that I found.
Mm-hmm.
And then I spoke to a bunch of people, okay, that aligns with what you said before, spoke to Tanya, yeah, there was, hey, I'll take care of this bill, you know, you give me a little cash with the water bill and the State Farm bill and everything, okay? All right, so thank you for having a conversation with me. I just, again, it's one of those, if life's hard and this is what we thought was the out.
I didn't think
Look.
it was an out.
Okay.
But, I mean, if you want to accuse me, fine. I mean, I already said.
Well, I did,
the
evidence
that's
says what the
fine.
evidence says.
Yeah, and I understand that. Those were my bills. And I understand that.
Okay.
I've been slowly paying Allstate back. So all the charges were reversed. Allstate was. It was reversed because I've been paying it.
Okay. All right.
Are you sure it's not? Because
Yes. Needless to say, all of these charges that I've already spoke about were used through the HOA credit card.
Right.
Okay, they were charged and then they were paid.
I understand.
And so it's credit card fraud is what it is.
Even though I didn't do it intentionally?
It's the intention behind the evidence outweighs the I didn't do it on purpose. Plus, we're sitting here and we're talking and we're corroborating things. We're talking about Tanya, cash for the credit card use. Excuse me. It all lines up. That's why I wanted to have a conversation. You know, I think, and I like it when, yeah, you know deep down it feels bad. It's wrong.
Well,
you
the
know it, but
Allstate is killing me because I felt bad about when I realized. And now, in all honesty, it was reversed because I'm paying over $4,900 and something back to them. So if it wasn't reversed, they had stopped the charges on a bunch of them.
Believe me, the information that they fed me a few invoices and charges, but the one through the HOA, it went through and it was paid.
No, not that 4,000. Oh, I'm
Not
paying.
4,000.
It was 4,000
1,300 or something.
Oh, I'm paying them back, and I don't have them anymore. So.
And that's something that can be brought up later. But again, it's not just that.
Okay.
All right. And that's where we've come to today. I don't do things lightly. I don't, make snap decisions. As you can tell, it was a while ago that you were let go. And it was a while ago that they brought this to me. Because again, I have everything that Xfinity, FP&O, water bill.
I understand.
Everything.
I understand.
I like to have the conversation of, look, I think you're down and out. Why don't we just come, have a, if you will, quote unquote, the quote, come to Jesus moment where we just, hey,
I know, and I apologize. I apologize to Tony too. So I apologize.
Okay.
What I did was wrong. I should have verified my information on my end, and I shouldn't have done what I did. And I apologize. I can't do any more than apologize.
No, that's fine. Like I said, I just need signature.
So now you're gonna send me to jail?
There's multiple charges, credit card fraud. Okay, it's misuse. I always forget this charge. Misuse of identification due to the fact that it was Tony's card, HOA's card.
Oh, whoa! Everybody uses that card.
Okay, and there's credit card forgery. Okay, there's multiple charges. Okay, associated with the investigation. All right. So
and
yes,
everybody signed his name when we used the card.
Okay.
So that's not. He gave us permission.
That's not the avenue of what this investigation is. Okay.
Okay.
All right. I just need your signature.
What about the stuff that other people put on there? Are you just coming after me?
Currently, the allegations that I
Or
have
just against me?
are geared towards you.
Was today's date?
It is the 8th, and it is 11:40. Alright, so, like I said, I need to do a little bit of paperwork. It's mostly complete anyways, but there will be a ride up to Gun Club All right. I have your phone. I
What
need
do I do
and your
there?
keys.
I've never been in trouble.
I understand. So when you get there, they process you, and then I think within a certain amount of time, they'll allow you phone calls to whoever and wherever, bail bondsman, whatever, and then usually you'll have first appearance probably in the morning, and then go from there.
I don't have my medications.
So you notate to the nursing staff, hey, I'm on
Yeah,
this
so I'm
medication,
supposed
that
to go
medication.
back to the-
They verify it, and they'll get you the medication.
Okay.
Okay?
Oh, I don't have
Alright.
my list with me. You didn't let me bring my purse.
Well, if they have your doctor or your doctor's name, they can contact him or her. Okay? All right? And like I said, look, I think today was just really, it was the conversation of the whole situation, but I just, I wanted to get to the bottom of things and get your side of the story.
And I know, I mean, I did apologize for that, and I do apologize. But I do know that they have all used that charge card for their own personal use. So, even Tony.
Okay.
So, I just, I mean, I'm not the only one that signed his name.
So I think on that side of things, you speak to either a lawyer or whoever when that step in the process comes, and you basically, from you and the victim, okay, the HOA, that's where you kind of go back and forth about all that. All right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, but this concludes this sworn statement in reference to case 24-058907, Detective Eckes, ID 19473, accompanied by...
Deputy Piscatelli, ID 38451.
All right, do you want to stand up? All right,
I'm gonna have to pee. And
okay.
I'm peeing blood, so I can't hold it. Just
Okay.
letting you know.
Yep. Do you have any cash or anything
No,
on you?
you saw me, I just woke up.
I know. You don't have anything else on you or anything?
No,
Okay.
just what you let me take.
Okay. All right. You're good. So we're gonna what you call?
Do you want to use the restroom or not?
If you get a female deputy.
Otherwise, it's gonna start gushing, so please find a female deputy.
You can walk her to the...
Yeah,
I
take a
mean,
seat.
you can even stand at the door. I personally don't care. I've been in the hospital so much, I got no shame.
Yeah, take a seat. Let me see if we can find one for
But
you.
I really do need to go.
Handcuff you in the front. You could be over there.